what it is. It's 6 p.m. on the West Coast, and it's 9 p.m. on the East Coast, which means we're up against the Oscars. Yay, competition. Welcome to Words with Friends Live. I am your host, Iman Crossan, a.k.a. Alpha Cats. And this, my word fam, is the word-based trivia game that can be played during the Academy Awards because, well, I know you're on your phone anyway. We have just 7 days left in our homemade Valentine's event. We are continuing to spread the love all month long, so invite your friends to play and earn a pink mystery box. Because we're just over halfway to reaching our goal of 100,000 new friends. Look, think about it this way. It's just more people to brag about that you beat when you win the game and get this money. But enough of that. Let's get back to our game. It's more focus on us. Here is how we play Words with Friends Live. Now, when I ask you a question, you'll see a pop-up on your screen along with 3 possible answers. When I start to read the question, you have 10 seconds to tap the correct answer. Now, just 10 seconds, okay? Not more, not less. It will run out. So choose quickly and choose carefully. If you feel your phone vibrating, that means you only have 3 seconds left to answer. Now, because if you do, you still got 33% chance of getting a piece of today's jackpot, which is $10,000. Oh, I love when we double the money. You know, the way it happened really was that, normally it's 5, and I was like, guys, we got to give them more. We got to double it, and then we made it happen to 10. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, you might be wondering, what if I get an answer wrong? What do you think this is? Some typical trivia game with a typical outcome and no extras? Nah, it's no big deal for you hardcore players because getting an answer wrong just moves you over into spectator mode where you can keep answering questions correctly to earn points on your new progress bar. There's no way to lose is what I'm saying. When your progress bar hits 15 points, you'll be gifted a Words with Friends mystery box that comes packed with coins and power-ups, things you can use to win in the Words with Friends game. Like pink hearts and yellow moons and green clovers. I'm sorry, I think I'm confusing it with Lucky Charms. The point is, you can still win stuff, so never, ever stop playing, okay? Now, you can also deploy one of your extra lives, your last-minute reprieve from the governor of Gameland. There are some rules, though. You can use 1 extra life per game up to question 11. But sorry, you can't use it on question 12. That would be cheating, okay? You obtain extra lives when you invite friends to play by tapping the heart on your countdown screen, okay? You can only invite a friend once, okay? Each particular friend only one time. You can invite as many people as you want, but in particular, that person, they only get 1 invite, okay? About 24 hours after your friend accepts, you'll see that extra life magically appear on your screen when you get an answer wrong. Of course, please connect to Wi-Fi for the best connection because you want to see this as clear as, I'm looking crispy today. I'm sorry. Let me not look at myself. I'm just saying you want to see it clearly so you can read the questions, and please make sure your phone is charged and plug it in. All right. Are you ready to drop some knowledge and win some cash? I'm sure you are. So let's get to it with question number 1. What does the Words with Friends Word of the Day Academy mean? Physical sports or games of any kind, a place of study in a special field, or a tree or shrub bearing small spikes. Don't climb that tree, people. Okay, we got over 43,000 people in the room. Now, a place of study, does watching YouTube tutorials count as study? It should. I've spent a lot of time studying a lot of different things on those tutorials. There's something for everyone and everything on there. But this question, we're looking for a place where you could study. A place that's a lot like a library, but without the librarian and without the creepy guy hanging out behind the computer. The correct answer is a place of study in a special field. An academy is a synonym for school. The way to tell the difference between a school and an academy is by the lineup of luxury cars waiting to drop off their kids with the lobster Lunchables. I didn't get that. I was in public school. Question 2. What vegetable is this image a homophone for? Pipe, yuba, or leek? Pipe, yuba, leek. Pick one. Get closer to that money, please. Now, it's very important to get your daily serving of vegetable questions. I'm pretty sure they're part of the food pyramid, I think, right? One thing I know for sure is that you need to have your daily serving of vegetables and fruits, and vegetables that are actually fruits, but you call them vegetables because you didn't know they were actually fruits. Whatever, let's turn our attention to a vegetable that might actually sound like bad indoor plumbing because the answer is a leek. Did you crack the code? It's a leek vegetable and a pipe leek. That's a homophone. The great thing is now you have some new words that rhyme with each other if you ever want to write a song about a leek, I guess. Question 3, over 16,000 people moving forward. Which is a synonym for dreamer? Realist, idealist, or hapless? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, when I think of the word dreamer, I think about being in bed and having one of those dreams where I'm trying to run, but I can't move. It's really annoying. I'm just running in place without going anywhere. It's terrifying. But then someone actually had the idea to bring that nightmare feeling to life and created treadmills. Yay! No wonder everyone hates cardio. What's next? A machine with just a bunch of stairs that go up? Oh, we have that. That's a thing? Thank you. Appreciate it. The correct answer is idealist. An antonym for a dreamer would be cynic, a pessimist, or a defeatist, which I like to call killjoys. Think positive. Be the change and the dollar bills you want to see in the world. Question 4. Which of these words is a homophone for a word that means your destiny? Feet, fate, or fade? Which is a homophone for your destiny? There's that homophone word again. We love that word around here at Words with Friends. Some people believe in destiny or a predetermined course of events, and I'm one of those people who absolutely believes in Destiny's Child. We need a reunion. We need just one reunion, y'all. These women followed their destiny and were one of the most successful music groups in the late 90s and early 2000s. And of course, Queen Beyonce is still fulfilling her destiny solo. She has 3 little kids. I guess we can call that Destiny's grandchildren. I don't know if that's what she really named them, but it would work. The correct answer is fate. It's a French spelling. That's what that accent is. Fate is a celebration that's held outdoors. The best thing about having a party outdoors is you don't have your neighbor yelling at you to turn the music down. People walking by do it. Shouts out to Sidewalk Sally. Question number 5. By the end of season 1, who is least likely to win Game of Thrones? Eddard Stark, Cersei Lannister, or Daenerys Targaryen? I know there's a bunch of Game of Thrones fans, so y'all better get this right. Whenever I watch an episode of Game of Thrones, though, I like to play a game called, who's that guy again? Because there's so many characters in the show and they all pretty much dress alike and covered in dirt. And then when I figure out who they are, then we're already in a different scene and the whole thing starts over. No one wins in Games of Thrones. It's not ever what you think. But they do a good job with it. Looking forward to the next season coming up in April. The correct answer is Eddard Stark. Now that I think about it, we probably should have started with this question with a spoiler alert in case you haven't seen it yet. But at the same time, you can't scream spoiler alert for something that's 8 years old. That's on you. Question number 6. Which refers to a federally protected place of historic, cultural, or scientific importance? National Designation Zone, National Treasure, or National Monument? Halfway there, guys. Don't mess up. No pressure. Now, when I think of federally protected, I think of a bunch of cops surrounded by barbed wire and they're all dabbing. But federally protected just means the government looks after it. And when something has value, you want to make sure it's protected. Think of the government like a high school locker, except protecting you, instead of protecting your moldy old, week old cheese sandwich, they're protecting historical places, I suppose. The correct answer is national monuments. There are currently over 100 national monuments in the United States. I'm one of them. And at any given time, you can bet that Nicolas Cage is somewhere close by searching for buried treasure. I didn't see that movie. Question 7. Which surgery is more common? Cataract, gallbladder removal, or coronary bypass? All the doctors out there are like, I got this. One of the most common surgeries in baseball is called a Tommy John surgery, which is named after the pitcher, Tommy John, right? Who knew that? I did, because I'm reading it. It's surgery to repair the ligaments in the elbow, which, as it turns out, is important for people who throw baseballs for a living. Who knew that? And they do it with ligaments from an actual cadaver. They use ligaments from an actual dead body. My guess is the surgery was created by Dr. Frankenstein. The bolts in the neck gave it away. The correct answer is cataract. A cataract is a clouding of the lens in the eye that affects your vision. It's basically like seeing life through a permanent Instagram filter, but in a bad way, like one where you don't get any likes. I'll pass. Question 8. The Plymouth Colony Pilgrims were mostly of what nationality? English, Scottish, or Dutch? Tick tock, choose now or forever not hold that money. The Pilgrims arrived in the Massachusetts area on November 11, 1620, after a voyage of 66 days. That's rough. Imagine being on like a cruise ship for that long without even having bingo or like mediocre magic performances. The Pilgrims had originally intended to settle near the Hudson River in New York, but dangerous reefs and strong winds forced them to dock at Cape Cod. Also, the rental prices in New York were outrageous. If you ever lived in New York, and I have, you know what I'm talking about. The correct answer is English, of course. The Pilgrims came because they wanted religious freedom. Freedom of choice is so important. You got to be able to choose. Imagine wanting to be Team Cardi B, but forced to be Team Nicki Minaj. I'm not choosing sides. I'm just saying. It's a hot topic right now. Question 9. Which of these is a word master you need to defeat to earn a pink mystery box in Words with Friends? More Money Mina, Dungeon Master May, or Wordsmith Wanda? If you've been taking my advice and playing these games, the solo challenges like I told you to, you would know this. So anyone who got it wrong, I'm looking at you with my sarcasm. When I think of a mystery box, it always makes me think of those Halloween cardboard boxes they'd have in elementary school. You know, the ones that make you put your hand in the hole and there's like a bowl of like boiled eggs and like, oh, it's eyeballs. And then you put your hand in another box and it's spaghetti and like, oh, it's brains. Come to think of it, maybe I think it was a clever way to just make use of terrible cafeteria food, really. They had to get rid of it somehow. The correct answer is Dungeon Master May. Those are their band names, actually. Now, if you get a chance to see them, check the 3 at Live. They're called The Mystery Box. The new single just dropped. It's called Here Comes the Thumb. And also, that was a brutal question. We had to do it. So you know what happens. You know what comes to you sometimes at some points. I don't know why you don't anticipate it. We lost half of y'all on that one. I'm so sorry, but it's going to happen. But this is a great time to either use that extra life or live it up in spectator mode and earn some stuff. Question 10. What is shown in this picture? Crankshafts, a blade of cooling valves, or pistons? Which is pictured here? If you stare at the image long enough, the eyes kind of follow you a little bit. Here's a tip. If you're having trouble figuring out what the image is, try looking at the image up close. Hold on a second. That's not. Let me back up. Nope, still not working. Maybe upside. I can't figure it out. The upside is I can see the future, though. I'll explain that later. The correct answer is pistons. I'm sure all the car people got that out there. Pistons are an essential part of a combustion engine, which is why they are often called a piston engine. Pistons are used most often in cars, trucks, and in basketball games in Detroit. Okay, guys, over 1,000 people, 1,032 to be exact. Moving on to question 11. If you got an extra life, this is the last time you can do it. The Voting Rights Act was passed in what year? 1965, 1969, or 1960? Come on, you're so close. Don't disappoint me. I'm kidding. No pressure. Considered one of the most far-reaching pieces of civil rights legislation in U.S. history, the Voting Rights Act aimed to overcome legal barriers that prevented minorities from voting. Really? That is not that long ago. A right that was guaranteed by the Fifth Amendment. And it was added to the Constitution in 1870. And it took them basically 100 years to get it going. Great job, politicians. I see nothing's changed. The correct answer is 1965. The year 1965 was also when we saw the first pictures of Mars that were taken by a spacecraft. If only they knew that now we'd have rover on Mars taking selfies. All right, it is time for the last question of the day. I love when the graphic pops up right on time. It makes me feel like I got powers and stuff. Here we go. For all the money, for all the cheese, for all the ducats, for all the quesos, for all the racks. How would you write "We have a winner" using the International Phonetic Alphabet? Which one of these choices is the proper one? Come on, guys. There's a lot of money on the line. I'm not going through all of this for you to mess it up and disappoint me. Get it right. Sorry, I got a little passionate. Before I give you the correct answer, please make sure you go to the main game after this and play the Game Night Solo Challenge. It's an easy way to score a bunch of goodies and one-up the person who just keeps sending you game invites, no matter how many times you beat them. I'm talking to my whole list because y'all, I'm just running game on all y'all. The correct answer is the third one. The one, we have a winner. That's what it's supposed to say. I can't read that. And according to the Words of Friends alphabet, A, that was awesome. B, you had a blast. And C, me for this cash because we got some winners. That is our game. For those of you who got it, you got all 12 questions right, which means you're sharing the jackpot of $10,000. That's right. I love doing that. We have 663 winners. Congratulations to Butter for Butter. You guys are screaming. It was hilarious. Carrie, Papa Bear, 1005.